You are watching the Doctalk show.
Non-communicable diseases such as strokes, heart disease, hypertension, and diabetes contribute to 2/3 of deaths attributable to diseases worldwide. That is, over 70% of deaths occurring around the world occur due to these non-communicable diseases. So I want to understand if there are certain factors that put someone at risk of getting these non-communicable diseases. So Dr. Dan, the issue of non-communicable diseases is on the rise. Everyone is worried about pressure, about diabetes, strokes. What factors put them at risk of getting these issues?
Really, the reason we are here, we want really to focus on prevention. And the more our population know the risk factors or things that predispose them or increase the risk of getting those diseases, the better, because a factor like tobacco smoking, not just tobacco smoking, but even the other things like shisha, those things they are smoking.
What they call even e-smoking,
Yes,
everything related to smoking.
They actually predispose people to cancer, especially in the lungs, the throat, the tongue.
Even some cancers of the stomach.
Even in the stomach.
And other organs.
So nicotine in tobacco is a very, very big factor for cancer. The physical inactivity increases people to being obese, and once you are obese, then you are likely to get diseases like hypertension, like diabetes. Like other diseases, like arthritis, you can hardly walk. All those, because you are just immobile, can even predispose you to other diseases like clots. You have had
blood
people
clots.
die of clots in the lungs, the stroke part of the causes are the strokes. Now you have alcohol. Alcohol burn the liver. Alcohol burn the spleen, the pancreas. All those can still lead to other diseases like diabetes, but also they can actually burn your liver and you get liver failure. So all those are causes of non-communicable diseases.
Some of the biggest risk factors.
The unhealthy diets, the food that we eat. If we eat fatty food, it means that we are increasing the risk of getting high cholesterol in our bodies. And high cholesterol is a very big factor for heart disease, for strokes. So all those are factors. But there are some, even when you are very cautious, you are very careful. If your family, you have a familial history, or your relatives, your father, your mother is diabetic, is hypertensive, then that predisposes one to actually the same diseases.
So they should be more worried, they should be more concerned about diseases in their family.
But there are there's some other factors like drugs. If you are exposed to toxins, for example, benzene, if you're these people who work in dry cleaning and they are always in benzene, all these are predisposing factors to cancers.
Those toxins and the chemicals.
And the toxins.
Especially if they have no protection, adequate protection.
Yes.
Maybe
so all those, once the population is aware and really try to avoid them, or also increase the activity to reduce on the obesity, to reduce on all those other risk factors, then by doing that, it is also helping them to avoid all those possible diseases.
So people may be wondering how, some people are aware of the risk factors, but they may not know just how severe it can affect someone's health. For example, one issue of diet. Someone will think just a day of eating chicken from the restaurant is okay, but they do not know that the unhealthy diet contributes to weight gain and can produce some other diseases like diabetes arising because of that excessive fat, which causes it changes the body's system.
Yes.
You find that the fat now begins to clog the blood vessels, and now the pressure rises. It makes certain body non-responsive to insulin, so they get high blood sugar. So people kind of take these factors for granted. We keep on saying them, but it's like the point doesn't really reach home. Are we just naturally stubborn that we don't want to listen?
Yes, we shall continue talking because, you know, the Baganda say, embody the tefayona. The more we talk, the more we educate our people, the more they know what to do. But also allow me also to say something about regular checkup. Many times I'm moving with pathologies. They have diabetes, they have hypertension, but because people don't have the culture of regular checkup to detect all those silent illnesses, they remain sick until they fall down or something happens. By the time they go to the hospital, they find either their heart is sick because they have had hypertension for a long time and they had not detected it. Someone has diabetes, they don't know. By the time they really present to the hospital, it's very late. Diabetes has spoiled all the organs in the body. So one way really to know early, because some of these we may not prevent from coming.
But you can detect it early enough.
When somebody detects it early, for example, so many cancers can be cured once they are detected early and they are treated. But the problem is that we always tend to come very, very late. And really, today, one of the messages really I want to emphasize today is that we need to get into a habit of having regular checkup. Cholesterol can be treated, and you reduce cholesterol in the body. But many times people will never know, because cholesterol is not like fever that you will shake and you feel really you are sick. You will be moving with fats in your blood, and the fats keep on getting deposited in your vessels. The vessels start becoming clogged and they cannot take enough blood. Then what happens after a while? You just drop dead when you get heart attack or stroke. So it is good that some of these we may not stop them from coming, but once you detect them early and you get treated, you can actually manage these diseases, and you change your lifestyle. If you are obese, if you're overweight, you do your exercise, that alone can actually reduce the risk of diabetes, because we have what we call pre-diabetic. You will be big, you are at risk of getting diabetes, but once you check and then you see that your sugars are high, and then you are big, you start doing exercise, and then alone that exercise can actually put you back to the status that you don't even need medicines for diabetes. So it's very important that people know that.
People have a bigger chance of surviving if the diseases can be caught early. Now, like the pre-diabetes, before it becomes now full-blown diabetes and kills all the organs, if they catch it early by going for regular checks, they can catch it, they can adjust their lifestyle, adjust their diet, and then the diabetes can resolve. Same thing for high blood pressure, same thing for cancer. If we catch them early, people's chances of surviving are greatly increased. So more about the NCDs and prevention of NCDs to come in just after the break. If you have questions for us, we're always happy to hear from you. Send it on our social media platforms. Remember, this weekend is the National Day of Physical Fitness at Kololo Grounds. We hope you will be there. We can kick out non-communicable diseases if we address those 4 factors: tobacco, smoking, alcohol, unhealthy diets, and improving your physical activity. Addressing those 4 risk factors, you may be able to beat non-communicable diseases.
You are watching the Doctalk Show.